Eala keeps special Philippine Women's Open close to her heart. Eala has been all over the world and back, but tennis finally brought her home with the first ever WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. Eala's tennis career has taken her all over the world, and she has the accomplishments to show for it. From her historic SEA Games gold medal in Thailand, to her breakthrough 2025 WTA season, many of Eala's best career moments have taken place away from home. But as Eala made her Philippine Women's Open debut on Monday, the feeling of finally playing a home tournament is incomparable to anything she's done since she left for Spain 6 years ago to push her career forward. Having played a crucial role in bringing the first ever WTA tournament to Manila, Eala couldn't underscore the importance of her match against Elena Chariva at center court. "I think it really holds a special place in my heart," Eala said after she won her first home match in straight sets. "It's my first ever professional match at home, and I was able to spend it around family and around supporters, and surrounded with love. So it's very special. Home is where the heart is." Though having spent a good chunk of her life away from the Philippines, Eala has stayed firmly connected to her roots. As people have greatly noticed, Eala continues to portray her Filipino values, especially in her matches, and even during light off-court moments. For the 20-year-old, keeping in touch with family played a big role in staying true to her Filipino side, no matter where tennis takes her from here and beyond. "Of course, it's very important," Eala said of her relation with family. "That's what keeps me grounded and just makes me feel kind of at home," she added. "That's really what at home means for me, is to be with family and spend the time with the people who love me and I know will be there through thick and thin." Eala and the tournament that never left her heart. Some victories live on scoreboards. Others live quietly, folded into the heart, resurfacing in moments of doubt, strength, or longing. For Eala, the Philippine Women's Open belongs to the second kind. It is not just a tournament. It is a memory with a pulse. Long before the bright lights of international courts and the echo of her name across foreign stadiums, there was home. There was heat rising from hard courts under a tropical sun, the familiar murmur of Tagalog drifting through the stands, and faces that did not need introductions. The Philippine Women's Open was where tennis stopped being just a sport and became something deeply personal, where ambition shook hands with identity. Eala grew up carrying more than a racket. She carried a country's quiet hope, passed from one generation of fans to the next, wrapped in encouragement and expectation. Every Filipino athlete knows this weight. It is not heavy in a painful way, but in a sacred one, like carrying a flag that cannot be dropped, only honored. The Philippine Women's Open was one of the earliest places where that weight felt real. When Eala stepped onto those courts, she wasn't just playing opponents across the net. She was playing in front of people who saw her not as a rising star, but as their Eala. Neighbors, aspiring juniors, former players, families who understood what it meant to dream from an island nation often overlooked in global tennis conversations. Every clap felt closer. Every cheer sounded like home. In those moments, tennis became intimate. The air was different there. It carried familiarity instead of pressure. Even the mistakes felt forgiving, absorbed by an audience that believed in her potential long before rankings could prove it. For Eala, that belief became fuel. The kind that doesn't burn out quickly, because it's rooted in love rather than expectation. As her career carried her farther, from junior Grand Slams to elite academies, from national pride to international scrutiny, the Philippine Women's Open remained a quiet anchor. Whenever the world felt too big, too fast, too demanding, her mind could return to that court where everything once felt possible without explanation. There's something powerful about playing at home. It reminds an athlete who they were before they became who they are expected to be. For Eala, success has never been just about winning points. It has been about representing a story bigger than herself. The Philippine Women's Open allowed that story to breathe. It gave her a stage where identity mattered as much as technique, where culture sat beside competition. Each rally played there echoed beyond the baseline. It echoed in young girls watching from the stands, gripping borrowed rackets, seeing themselves reflected in her footwork and fire. It echoed in parents who whispered, "She's one of ours." That is why the tournament remained special, not because it defined her career, but because it reminded her why she chose this path. In the solitude of professional tennis, where hotel rooms blur together and applause changes languages, memories become companions. Eala carries the Philippine Women's Open with her like a talisman. It reminds her that no matter how far she travels, she is never unrooted. The court may change. The crowd may change. The stakes may rise. But the heart remembers where it first felt understood. For Filipino athletes, home tournaments are acts of communion. They are reunions between dream and origin. When Eala speaks of the Philippine Women's Open with tenderness, it is because it gave her more than match experience. It gave her belonging. And belonging is rare on the global stage. Today, as she continues to carve her name into international tennis, the tournament remains a quiet presence in her journey. It does not demand attention. It does not need headlines. It simply exists, steady, warm, waiting, like home always does. In the end, the Philippine Women's Open is not just something Eala once played. It is something she carries, close to her heart, always.